Just wanted to make a quick video about a YouTube video I saw last night about a Pure Sign Battleborn installation, battery, lithium battery installation, solar DC to DC charger installation. Everything about this is absolutely state of the art. Everything they're doing is perfect. This would be a Battleborn promoted video. They I don't know if they. This was on a ProMaster RB state of the art, brand new everything. I would. This is the way to go. I mean, absolutely for that type of application. That is where you're using your vehicle's alternator to power a DC to DC inverter, DC to DC charger to charge your batteries, charge your lithium batteries. And this build, I'll give you my idea of what it would cost, but this is a 3,000 watt pure site, 100 amp hour lithium. Surprised it didn't go with more. 600 watts of solar and a 40 amp DC charger. I would say about it, and everything they did is perfect. That these people did, these Battleborn people, all the quality of the products was perfect. I mean, the highest. They got that certain brand out there that Victor or something. They're brutally expensive, but state of the art, trouble free. Once it's installed in this ProMaster, you would probably be going pretty much forever. And the DC, this alternator, you'd have to run. What's popular about these is when you travel, it charges your battery. When you crank your vehicle up, this is people who mainly would not be living in their vehicle. That's what's frustrating about to me when I watch this video. You have to understand that this is not about, boondocking somewhere for a long period of time. Because in order to keep your batteries charged up, what little batteries they had, you can't depend on your 600 watts of solar. That ain't going to cut it. You'd have to crank your motor up all the time. And that's what's frustrating about these types of videos. You're not doing anything than what's been going on since the beginning. And everything's going to solar. Everything's going green, getting away from they're going green energy, obviously, for obvious reasons. I'm kind of in the middle, but this is what they're doing is no different than what they were doing 50 years ago, when you sat in your RV and you pushed a button inside your RV and cranked up your own gas guzzling generator. That's the same thing. You're just using your engine while you travel, and the technology's been there, and people have been charging their wet cell batteries up that have gone this way. They've been doing that years ago. They would use their alternator to do that. But they're not doing anything different. But that is the way to do it. But it would not apply to someone like me who is more stationary. I stay at locations for a long period of time, and this is true for. It just gets very confusing because a lot of people the way I operate and what I see people operate is people they're not in an RV just traveling from spot to spot, and they're not going to be sitting there out in the middle of nowhere, and their two little batteries get a little weak, and the meter says, "Hey, they're 40%. You better start charging them." And they crank their vehicle up. They're not going to be cranking their vehicle up. I'm not cranking my vehicle up. I could put a DC charger on my vehicle. I'm not going to be cranking my vehicle. I don't crank my vehicle about once a week. I go off. I've been here for a couple of weeks, on and off, on and off for months. But I'm not cranking my vehicle up to charge my batteries up. I will crank a generator up. I will crank a small little inverter generator up, a little 1,000 watt inverter, and use that to run my 30 amp lithium battery charger. That's what I charge my batteries with, 30 amp charger. I'm thinking about getting a bigger one. If and when I need it. Right now, my batteries, my 1,100 watts of solar on my roof are charging my lithium. I've got a generator out here, which I have to have. I use it almost every day as backup. And it's running the AC while the sun. I'm just trying to get my batteries topped off. It's running a inverter AC, a high efficiency inverter AC, which is, that thing kicks ass. Kind of close to what a mini split is, it's pulling about 250 watts on low, and it's keeping the vehicle somewhat cool. But the point I'm trying to make is what they did there, which was about a $5,000 bill, stated, and that's the way to go for that type of application. Absolutely, that's universal. But it's still, it's the same old bullshit. What is the difference between if you're kind of looking and going in a green direction, getting away from I don't know what y'all call all that bullshit, footprint type of thing. You're still having to run your engine to charge your battery. If you were sitting somewhere, you have to crank your engine up. It's no different than running a generator. Same thing. The only way you can have you have to have more solar. That 600 watts of solar they put on the roof, which is the best way to go for that application. They don't want a lot of solar up there. But it's nice to have some. I think it makes them feel good. You're not going to produce much with it. 20 amps average, from about 10 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon. It's just. I don't understand it. I don't. It's just so much. And off grid, I have to depend on a lot of solar. That's the whole point. A lot of 1,500 watts of solar is what my aim is. One way or the other, I'm gonna have 1,500 watts. And that's then when I get 1,500 watts, I can produce 60 amps or something like that, and I can rock then. But when I saw this video, I just was shocked that it was just same old bullshit. What do you got? You got convenience, you got portability, you got reliability. Everything about it's perfect for that application. For me, and a lot of boondockers that are sitting out here in the middle of the woods, they're not going to want to. If they have to crank their vehicle, if they would, they can. They have to. No choice. You don't want your batteries to go dead. You're DC. Most of the people that I know, if they're solar, they have a small little generator, and they offset their solar to a small little economical generator that burns. Last week, I went 3 days. I had AC running. My environment out in the hot Florida sun. I went 3 days on 2 gallons of gas. That's a huge improvement. I was using my 1,100 watts of solar. I mean, I have some 400 watts are on they're adjustable, so I get the morning, midday, and afternoon. It maxes them out. That kicks ass. I got the 600. That's a long story, but the ones mounted flat, I get it from 10 to about 4. Good. All I know is the battle board's set up. You ain't got shit. That's all I know. Same old thing.